All right, it's flipped around. Let me get out of my car, my rental car, my hot rod mom van that was all Enterprise had. But as you can see, we're in the middle of a neighborhood. There's an older Florida neighborhood with a busy main street right there. And here's the cemetery. And it's all of this land here. You notice there's no graves here. It's a house or a business right there. I think it was a house and they tore it down and made it into a business. This wonderful old tree. Okay, that was weird. I'm not like a spooky person, but I just saw something move out of the corner of my eye, and then when I looked, there was nothing there. Probably it's just the rain reflecting on but I'm getting a bit spooked. That's kind of weird, because this isn't even a spooky cemetery, but I just got a really weird feeling. So here's this wonderful old tree. And right here, we come across the first of the graves. And it's dark, I'm sorry. Daylight saving time is over. Now, for those not used to going to older cemeteries, it might look like there's 4 graves here, because you see 1, 2, 3, 4 markers. And I'm not positive, but it certainly looks this way. And in the old style graves, they did headstones and footstones. So this is most likely just 2 graves. So let's go take a look. I wish I had a flashlight or something with me. And there's the only thing that is inscribed down here is a donated by, but I can't read. And I'm noticing there's eggshells all over the place here. And these aren't, I don't think they're wild bird eggs. I think some asshole egged in here, because there's just too many of them, and those look like store-bought eggs. So I wonder who and when that was donated by and the circumstances. We might need to do some research on this cemetery. Let's see if this one has the same thing. It's sunk down a little. Is there a donated by down here too? Yeah, there is. But the rest is underground, but you can still see donated by. Let's go see if there's writing on the other side. And usually in the old graves, the writing is on the other side, even though we're used to it being on this side. Okay. Sorry it is so dark. I'll try to read it for you. So it looks like Grady Warren, 1916 through 1917, son of R.E.L. and S.E. Warren. So a child. Which is the one thing that gives me pause about that being a footstone, because a child obviously wouldn't be that big, but I don't know enough about historical graves to know whether it was always just a standard grave size. And then here, these were donated at the same time, it looks, same style. Mary Warren, daughter, 1907 through 1917, 10 years old, daughter of R.E.L. and S.E. So siblings here. One died at 1 year old and one died at 10. All right, let's go take a look to see if there's any markings here that these are indeed footstones. Yeah, there's see, another egg. Yeah, I know it's hard to see. We're gonna get out from under this tree. No writing. I'm pretty sure those are footstones. So far, early 1900s. Now right here, it's another member of the Warren family, but much more recent and modern grave. Robert E.L. Warren, 1869 through 1942. Is that the man? Yeah, R.E.L. So this is the father. We don't know who S.E. was his wife. I don't see her here, but this is the father of those two children. So the daughter, Mary, lived till 1917. So he out-survived her by over 20 years. Sad. Okay, we're gonna go in the darkest places first with the little bit of sunlight we have, and then we'll go to the ones outside of the tree here. This is an old-looking one. There's some fake flowers, yeah. Infant daughter of A.W., and it looks like L.M. Garnett, born May 10th, 1898, died May 18th, 1898. And the inscription, I just see God, can't read the rest. So another child, no footstone. At least not one, maybe it's been buried. And look, more eggs. Okay, we're out back in the sun here. Mary A. Lyman, 1928 is the date of death. Morris Lyman. Father and son, because here's another Morris. Could be. Rachel Lyman. But look at all this empty spot. There has to be unmarked graves here. Like here. Again, I'm not a woo person, but as I'm walking over the empty area, I'm probably just spooking myself or feeling some kind of sympathy for people who I'm positive are here with no gravestones. So here's the one back here. If there was writing, you can't see it. I'm trying to feel. No, there was never writing on that side. Or maybe there was and it's really been weather worn, because this looks even smoother. So it's just weather worn. I can't imagine there would be just blank. That's marble. So it's not a pauper. And then, see, this is what I expected more for a child's footstone. See, a small grave. And I can't read that. And it looks hand carved. As you can see, it's sinking. There's something carved in the footstone here, and I can't read it. We might need to go into find a grave and see maybe what we could find out, because there's so few graves here. Okay, let me get up. Here's another hand-carved one. Looks like McCarley. I don't see anything on here, but it seems like there's something that was hand carved that's just weathered away. And then here, 1950, that's the newest one, McCarley. So this is, seems like there's only a couple families here. You saw Garnett, Warren, Lyman, McCarley. And if you're wondering why I take the time to read as many as I can, I just tend to always do that while at a cemetery. These names haven't been said in a while, and it's just paying respects. Minnie and Gustav Larson. Now, is this unusual? Tell me. I've noticed in the older ones that the man's name is usually to the left. Now, she died first, so that could be why, but I've even seen it where the man's grave was never put with the wife and she was still on the other side. I could be wrong, but I'd love to hear from you. Did we take a look at these? I think we did, right? No, yes. Rachel Morris, yes. If there was writing here, there was. Oh, you can barely see it. Cooley? Age 10 years, it looks like. 9 months. So a baby. And there's like these little leaves carved in here. Died June 1925, it looks like. Nothing on that side. It's getting really dark. We're going to need to get out of here. Let's catch the rest of them. Read that top. Looks like I don't know, something Rachel, maybe Lyman, born, it's another child, March 1893, died December 1893. And there was something carved there that you can't see, but look at this beautiful scroll work. And here's just like the family marker for the Lyman family. There's only 2 more over there, and like a commemorative sign we'll take a look at. And you can see in the front here the wrought iron for Evergreen. Ooh, that's creepy. It's creeped me out when they obviously have water mains and stuff here. I wouldn't want to be digging over here, I'll tell you that. Ooh, look at, no writing that I can see, but look how gorgeous that is. I'm going to take a picture with the flash. The carving work. I don't like setting things on people's. I know I'm weird, but I like to be respectful. Is there a picture or something at one side there? Then last one, barely readable. Joseph Forey, born January 27th, 1928, died June 11th, 1900, lived a long life. And that's all of them that are here. So we walk out, I'll give you a scope of how much room is here. Look. It's this whole lot from here all the way back to there. I think someone's like wondering what I'm doing. We'll go look at the, looks like, yeah, commemorative sign. So first, I don't know, the original like pathway, it ended there though. Then again, so Evergreen Cemetery. That's a new sign though. Feel what that's made out of. Oh yeah, that's modern materials. Let's go read the commemorative sign. And I'll get a picture of it too. So it says Evergreen Cemetery. Evergreen Cemetery was established by the Evergreen Cemetery Company in 1892, and we saw a couple 1892 graves, as a final resting place for local families. The cemetery's land was purchased by M.B. Lyman, Lantana's founder. Lyman, who is buried in the cemetery, served as the town's first postmaster. That would be the barefoot mailman. He named the town Lantana Point because of the flowering lantana plant that grew in the area. Point was later dropped from the town's name. The cemetery's earliest marked gravestone is dated January 22nd, 1886, so it's prior to the foundation of the cemetery. There are 18 marked grave sites in the cemetery, where members of the town's 8 pioneer families are buried. Occupying unmarked graves are 2 crew members from the shipwreck Inculva, I-N-C-H-U-L-V-A, which sank in a hurricane off of Delray Beach in 1903. Several members of the African American community were buried here during the early 20th century. Oh wow. The cemetery also contains the mass grave of some victims of the 1928 hurricane. If you've ever read that classic book, I think Zora, I'm not remembering her last name, was the author, Their Eyes Were Watching God. That's about the 1928 hurricane. In 1952, ownership of the cemetery was transferred to the town of Lantana and was closed for further burials, and that makes sense. The last grave we saw was 1950. This sign was put up in 2012.